NeuroQ reviews and complaints. If you're looking around online for a bottled product, a medicinal product called NeuroQ, I've done some research. I want to kind of tell you my thoughts about this. I'm going to try to give you all the information that I have because you're looking around for information about whether or not this is going to be something that's effective for you. And so let me talk about this. And if you want to speed me up, tap the screen, hit the little gear icon here on YouTube and set me to playback speed 2 times or 1.5 and I'll go really fast. So this I saw going around. People are looking around for NeuroQ reviews, complaints. Has something to do with a bottle of medicinal supplements, dietary supplements called NeuroQ Brain Health for memory and focus. And it mentions Dr. Dale Bredesen. And so let's talk about this. So I saw this going around and I was interested. Oh, I've never seen this. What is this about? And I saw different things about dementia and Alzheimer's that people are talking about in different reviews online about this product. And I can give you a quick summary so you don't have to watch the whole video. My conclusion about this entire product, as with a lot of products, and the website neuroq.com even says this at the very bottom, is to go and ask your doctor about this before you make a purchase of this or any other product. Because there are a lot of products online that are packaged in a way that it seems like they're going to have properties that will do amazing things, that will finally be able to bring you out of whatever ailment or whatever is going at you. And in this case, it's like has to do with your brain health, cognitive health, correct? That it's going to suddenly start doing something. It's going to be amazing. And I'll tell you right off the bat, the thing that's at the very bottom of the neuroq.com page, they include it here. It's at the very bottom. It's fine print. It says that these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA and that this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. That's kind of like boilerplate language you see on a lot of websites. It also says the average increase in percentile domain scores in a company-sponsored 90-day clinical study is what it was talking about in some other part of the page here. And that I noticed this. Customer testimonials, statements, and opinions presented on our website apply to the individuals depicted. Exact results and experiences may vary. The content is not intended to be a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of qualified healthcare providers for any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. So I am not here in this video to tell you definitively, I believe this is a scam. I believe this is legit. I'm not saying that. Sometimes people search these products with like the word scam or legit. I am, however, here to tell you that there are a lot of products out there and you might see them being sold on official websites. Maybe sometimes these products are sold, not this one in particular, on Walmart.com or Amazon.com, which just means like third-party listings usually. And that's what normally that is. I did notice that the mailing address, the very bottom of the website, first off, it mentions Life Seasons Incorporated as the parent company. The mailing address, if you look up 565 North Kays Drive, Kaysville, Utah, 84037. When I looked that up, it looked to me like a warehouse, which means I believe, if I had to guess, it's a fulfillment center. If it's not true, if it's the warehouse where they make it, then so be it. But I noticed that whenever I was looking around for more information, because I always look for a mailing address. It looks like if you look up that mailing address, again, it's 565 North Kays Drive, Kays, in Kaysville, Utah. It just looks like a giant facility. And if it's not a fulfillment center, it's not a plant, whatever. That's the mailing address I saw in case some of you out there might be looking for a mailing address if you want to find more information about this. I also noticed that there is a video with the person who says his name is Dr. Dale Bredesen, and that they mentioned the ingredients. So if you're looking around online for NeuroQ ingredients, again, my advice always to go see a doctor before buying something online. I'm going to talk about customer reviews here in just a second. The ingredients that I saw when just looking around the websites right there on neuroq.com, there are 6 ingredients they mention on the product label as supplement facts, as well as with photos. And I'm going to try to pronounce these correctly. Only 6. Phosphatidylserine, ginkgo biloba, coffee fruit extract, turmeric, gotu kola, and propolis. And if I didn't say those correctly, I will have them correctly spelled in my captions. And it says it's vegetarian, clinically tested, high quality standards, gluten-free, and GMP compliant. And so, yeah, so I noticed that. And I also wanted to talk about how I just went to look because I wanted to see exactly what other information I could find about this product, about just looking up the books that, if you look at the video on neuroq.com, it has a video with the Dr. Dale Bredesen guy talking. And when you look at that, it talks about how he had written books, I believe 2 books, and the titles of those books are The End of Alzheimer's and The Ageless Brain. And I looked up The End of Alzheimer's because I was like, oh, this is interesting. What is this book about? And one of the very top results that I saw, I think it was the 4th result for me, was from the National Institutes of Health. And that is from PubMed Central. I'll include a link in the pinned comment down below, as well as maybe the description. It's titled, I believe it's from 2021 or 2020, Can We Trust the End of Alzheimer's? And it talks about Dale Bredesen and the book. And it kind of breaks down, the author, which is Joanna Helmuth, breaks down different things about this book. And again, it's called Can We Trust the End of Alzheimer's? It's on the National Institutes of Health website. You can look it up. That has more information that might be very informative to you as well regarding whether or not you intend to make a purchase of this product. And I also wanted to provide one more resource to those of you looking around. I could not find Trustpilot reviews or BBB reviews for Life Seasons or for NeuroQ. And sometimes that happens. I thought that was a little bit strange, but I did find Trust Index reviews, trustindex.io. So if you look up on Google or any search engine, one word, Trust Index, and then NeuroQ or whatever, it has a photo that has nothing to do with the product for some reason, but then all the reviews talk about how it's a pill product and it's for memory, cognitive ability, and all that sort of thing. Here's what I noticed. It had 1,593 reviews for a 4.2 out of 5 score, which you might think, okay, that's good. And I noticed that the most reviews were 5 stars. The second most were 1-star reviews. And you look at 5-star reviews and some people were praising it. And then you look at 1-star reviews and you will see maybe different things that you might expect to see when looking up 1-star reviews for a product. One person, and I think this is the latest review. I don't know why the latest review for these products, for whatever reason, is from May 2025, but there are over 1,500 reviews. When looking at 1-star reviews, someone said, return this item, did not like, it does not work. Someone else said, it's expensive. That's my way of summarizing that. And someone said, I don't think it's safe to take. Someone else in Spanish said it doesn't function for your memory like they thought it would. Someone said it made their head itch at night. That is something that that's just what they said. My doctor told me of drug interactions with my prescription drugs. Okay. Used up 3 bottles. Did not work. Waste of money. That's one person's review. Didn't work. It gave me a headache and made me confused. I thought I was losing my mind. I really wanted it to work. I stopped taking it and I'm so much better. I can think clearly. This product wasn't for me. Beware potential drug interactions. Let's see. Side effects. This product did not work. This product does not meet the descriptions or some ratings. It says Amazon customer, snake oil. After taking 2 bottles of this product, I got smarter. I realized it didn't work and it was a waste of my money and my time. And so those are 1-star reviews. And that might give you more information if you're looking around. And now I'm going to read from some 5-star reviews as well. Someone here says, let's see, that they know someone with dementia. It's been going on for years. And a few days after taking the product, everything turned around and it started to work. And it being their brain started to improve, their cognitive health started to improve. Again, go see a doctor. If you are someone who's suffering with Alzheimer's, dementia, brain fog, whatever, cognitive impairment, go see a doctor, of course. And that's what NeuroQ says in the fine print at the very bottom of their website. Someone else said, no side effects, has a fruity taste that stays with you a while, too soon to judge effectiveness for my memory health. Why'd they give it a 5-star review if they're still waiting? It doesn't make sense. A 5-star review. Good product. That's all they said. 2 words. 5 stars. It helps with your memory. I have been using this product for a while. It is very good for my memory. I am able to remember things, to stay focused on what I'm doing better as well. I haven't noticed any side effects. 5 stars. I felt better clarity within a few days. I'll buy it again. And other 5-star reviews here. Better buying here. Value for money. Seems badly translated, maybe. Excelente. Buen producto. Great. Prompt delivery. NeuroQ brand. Excellent performance Ginkgo product. I got it on time. I like everything. That's an 8-word review. I got it on time. I like everything. Here's a 2-word review. Great. Energy. So, my advice will always be to go see a doctor. And that while there may be some solutions out there, you should have a medical professional discuss it with you before you make a purchase that could cost a lot of money. Some of these products, not this one, I'm not saying this one, this might be this one, come with subscriptions sometimes and money back guarantees. With other products, people have told me in the past that sometimes that's a little more difficult and that they keep getting charged, they keep receiving products. I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but that's something I've seen before with other products. So if you're looking around online for NeuroQ reviews and complaints, hopefully I provide you with a little more information. I did not want this video to go on too long, but if you're someone who's considering making a large purchase like this product, I know it sounds boring. I know it sounds like, oh, that's not that helpful, but it is best to go see a doctor before ordering a product that you see online in an infomercial. And NeuroQ even says that they recommend that in the fine print, very, very small fine print at the bottom of their website. So I hope that you take this to heart and that this helps you a little bit and that you value that I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just making a video to try to summarize what I found in what looks like 13 minutes or so now almost. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. The join button is down below. If you have any questions, tell me down below. If you've made a purchase of this and you have a positive or negative experience, leave that information down below. Let's use my comments as an area to leave credible feedback about this product. And yeah, that's all that I got. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching and please do subscribe.